Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of the KameGarage. We have a new install. We're gonna change our intake filter. I had that cold air intake for about 8 years. 8 years plus. Have never changed it. It's definitely dirty, needs to be changed. You guys gonna see the comparison. Definitely needed one. And we're also going to fix a leak, a coolant leak that the G35 has currently, probably from one of the hoses from the throttle body. Since we installed the kinetics manifold, the two hoses that go to the throttle body, we had to do a bypass, and I believe the clamp on the back one from the engine was not clamped correctly, so that might be the leak. I do have a replacement if anything. We're gonna go ahead and do the install of the filter, then we're gonna check the coolant line, and then we're gonna bleed out the coolant system, and hopefully we should be good. To replace the cold air intake filter for our engine, we just have to unscrew this. This one, we should be able to take this off. We have a little screw right there at the bottom as well, the one that keeps it in place. Here's the new filter, guys. Engine, here's the part code. Our cold air intake actually takes the 3.5 hinge around, so it's the big boy. Bought this in Juco Racing on the Black Friday sale. It was about like $30 off. It was really good. I think I got it for like around 50 something. Look at that, it's crispy, nice, clean. All right, let's go ahead and start. Let's try it first, just removing the bottom part. Now that we're loosening this up, we're gonna go ahead and take out the 10mm that holds the cold air intake in place. Here we go. Here's the old one, as you guys saw in the last video. This shit has been on the car for about 8 years and has never been replaced. Look at the comparison, the old one and the new one. There's no way the car has been running healthy. Look at all those cracks. That's just crazy. It's held up though. Make sure you change your filter. Again, you just gotta remove this flange. Here you go. Again, just put it in. My cold air intake takes a 3.5 inlet. Look at that, looks beautiful, looks new. Got the engine logo right there, engine sticker. Again, you just need to remove this one right here. Alright guys, so we tightened that up, everything's back in place. We just gotta tighten up the 10mm that holds this whole thing in place and we should be done. That was the install right there. You guys can see the new filter in the bottom if it wants to focus. Car should definitely be running better. Here's the old intake again. You can just see through it. That's insane. It was not filtering any air or debris or dirt that was going into the engine. So the car should be running way better. Now we're gonna go ahead and tackle the leak. It has a coolant leak and I believe it's from this hose right there. As you guys can see, it's not clamped down all the way at the bottom where it should be clamped. Let me focus. There you go. It's not clamped down all the way to the bottom like it should be, and that's the one we did a bypass to the other coolant line right there. You guys can see the bypass right there. Since we installed a new kinetics manifold, so let's go ahead and do that. I have my cousin right here, my boy Alan. He brought all his tools, hit him up. He's a mobile mechanic in the Atlanta area. So we're just gonna make sure that the hose is all the way down, the clamp is on the right position. We're gonna run the car and see if there's any leak. After that, we should be good. And then we're gonna go ahead and bleed, do a burp to the coolant system. We can make sure there's no air inside the whole coolant system. Later. Alright guys, so we went ahead and tightened up the clamp down there on that hose.
You can see it on the camera.
You can see it right here on the phone. It's all the way down. The hose is flush. I didn't see any cracks, so I think it should be good. We're about to turn on the car and hopefully there's no more leaks. So we couldn't really find any leaks, so we're just gonna go ahead and bleed the system. The car is not overheating anymore as well. The heater is not working, it's not heating up. What you want to do is burp the system. So we have right here this kit. This is the adapter that you need. Just put it in there. The cap. You want to do this when the car is cold. You don't want to do it when it's hot, obviously. We would let it sit down for about an hour, and then you want to put the funnel in there. Have this ready. You can find this kit in Harbor Freight. You want to remove the top cap out of this bleeder valve over here to this hose. This hose is what allows you to bleed the system. You want to remove that gently since it's plastic. You don't want to break it. Once we have that out, we just want to top this off 1/4 of it and then turn the car on and keep it running. You'll see coolant start going down, bubbling up. You're releasing the whole air. Here we go. We went ahead and removed the cap. Again, you just want to do it lightly. It's plastic. What's up guys, it's the next day. We went ahead and brought the G35 inside the garage, jacked it up. You do want to have the cap of the radiator at the highest point. Now that we have it up, I don't know if you guys can tell, but look, it doesn't even show any coolant in there. It was like all the way up top here. Yesterday, well, we had it just in the driveway. My driveway is kind of inclined, but I guess it wasn't high enough. Now it looks like it's missing coolant. So we're gonna go ahead and still bleed the system. Pretty much do the same thing we did yesterday. We weren't successful. We didn't go through it all the way, but we're gonna do it right now. Again, first thing you want to do is remove that bleeder cap over there. Then you want to start adding coolant here until you see coolant coming out, flowing out of the bleeder hose back there. And then you want to close that off. Then you want to go ahead and put in the kit and start putting coolant in here, so you can have it all ready to start the bleeding process. Remove the cap, and this looks empty as well. Let me show you guys. It's completely different now. It shows nothing in there. You definitely want to jack up the G35. Look at that. It shows nothing. And as you guys can see, it's topped off right there. It's topped off right there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the cap back in place. Now that we have it filled up about 1/3 of the way, we're gonna go ahead and turn on the G35. You can keep an eye on the coolant funnel from over here, so we can make sure the levels are not too high or too low. We just have to let it warm up a little bit, and then we're gonna start playing with the RPMs. Hold it around 2,500 to 3,000 for about 10 seconds, because every time you do that and you let it go after the 10 seconds, that coolant level should go down, because it should let the air escape and you should see the bubbles, and then you have to go back and forward, fill it up. If it goes too low, keep doing that for a couple more times. Usually this will take about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how much air you have in your system. The thing you want to make sure you do, you want to turn your heater on, highest temperature possible, fan all the way, so that way the car can go to operating temperature the fastest way. For 10 seconds. You can already feel the air being a little warmer. It was blowing straight cold air at the max heater capacity. We're gonna let it go. As you guys can see, there's some bubbles over there, and you just want to continue to repeat this process until it blows complete hot steaming air and there's no more bubbles or air in your system. Still bleeding out the system, you know, letting all the air out. The air is actually pretty hot. When we first started doing the bleeding, this 90 degrees full fan mode was really cold. It was ice cold. Right now it's actually hot. Our temperature looks good, has not overheated, is at the correct operating temperature. We have been doing this process for about half an hour. We're just gonna go ahead and hit into the hour mark. I think we should be pretty much almost done. Like right there feels steaming hot. This has been a little bit over an hour. We haven't had any more bubbles or air coming out of our funnel. 3,000. Hold it there for 10 seconds. As you guys can see, there's no more air bubbles or anything coming out of our system, so we should be good. Next, while you have the funnel on, you want to open the bleeder cap just a tiny bit so steam comes out. Oh my god, the worst thing that could happen happened. So we fixed the problem that we had on the G35. We fixed the air system inside the coolant. But on the last step before we were all done, the T-fitting that goes inside the bleeder valve completely popped. Look at that, it completely broke. Decided to shit itself and break. You live and you learn. Now we gotta order a new part, and we're actually gonna upgrade it to the Z1 T adapter, which is actually made out of metal, which is way better than plastic. Again, the car has over 200,000 miles. It's expected for plastic to break. It just sucks that it broke when we were just done with the car. It sucks. As soon as we fixed the car, we had the heater running and everything was good. The last thing we had to do is just open the valve a tiny bit, let steam come out, close it, turn off the car, and we were good. Well guys, I'm gonna go ahead and order that part. The G is out of commission. We will go ahead and install that part, add coolant again because all the coolant completely went to the floor. Look at all that right there. Nothing we can do, guys.